think we're live. See if I can get this to work today. Last time I streamed, which has been a long time ago, it wasn't working so well. So I'm going to try to fix this disaster. I very rarely have issues with mods, and then for some reason I start uploading stuff to Mod Hub and I'm screwing everything up. So the biggest issue is getting this thing to continue running when you empty it. And that is in the work areas. There's no round reference. So let's go. There we go. So that's what I want to grab. That line right there is what my problem is, I believe. Save. Now let's see. Everything wants to function. Yeah, I got it. Welcome, by the way, Looney Farm. You don't do any Twitching, do you? You just do YouTube? Of course, there's nobody on here yet, or I'd shout you out, but... Career... I do have a link to everything on my Discord channel. It pops up when I stream. Cancel. Continue. And hopefully my mic is working. I used to do this every single day when I worked third shift, and since I started driving a truck and working regular hours, I can't do it. Yeah, I gotta stay away from that stuff too. Hey, how's it going, Billy? Yeah, the legend that keeps screwing things up. Good thing I got Looney helping me out because, yeah, well, last couple of mods I've done have been a nightmare. I mean, they work, but it's just a little frustrating. I keep messing things up. So I want to turn the collisions off. I just want to double check that this fixes things. Actually, let's do this first. Let's go vehicles, remove vehicles. Yes. Go back in, buy that again. Oops, it's not the one I want. I guess I should test it with collisions too, but I don't think it really matters. It was a pickup issue. So yeah, literally the only thing I added in to make this work correctly is this little section here, and I have to test some things to make sure this is going to fly because I haven't had time to do anything. And the only reason I thought about trying it is because I know a lot of people have tried to make a stone picker, and this little line right here will cause a stone picker to either work or not work. I found that out on accident. Okay, so arm collision, no. Let's go ahead and just buy it as is. Let's go buy a tractor. Yeah, the first thing I did was I went to the stone picker, and then, so basically, in a nutshell, let's see if I can, hopefully, yeah, my screen's showing up, and the game shows up, right? Yeah, okay. So basically, in a nutshell, for some reason on forage wagons, oh, where are you at? Jumbo, there is a pickup right here, and I removed that because I'm sure you're familiar with the baler. Well, I think you did a video on it, the baler with windrowers. I had done this windrowing thing for a while now. Well, take that back. Either 19 or 22 is when I started adding the effects in for the windrowers. So this thing, I laughed because I think Farmer Cap did a video and he made the comment, it's not really windrowing. Well, yes, this thing actually is windrowing, and that's the only way you can get all the effects. But anyway, the pickup thing here was always an issue. I had Def Gamer would always use this mod and complain that you had to unfold it and then lower it. Well, I noticed on the balers that they did not have the pickup in here, and they were just using, so on your foldable, well, yeah, the wagon itself didn't have it by default. I had to add it in. So in the foldable, you add in this middle animation, and what that does is it stops the folding animation, and then to continue you have to hit the lower button, or when it's all folded up you can just hit the lower button and it completely unfolds. So that adds the lift and lower in. Well, I had to take the pickup out of there because the pickup would interfere with it. This pickup was causing the issue with it not wanting to turn back on. All of that because of this simple little line. So again, I was able to go into the ground reference, and I wondered if this would work. By adding that in, I think it fixed it. But anyhow, let's go back in. All that for that. Just goes to show how complicated this junk can get. So I'm gonna go ahead and reload this just to be safe. I'm gonna hit at 12. We're going to jump in the map here, and then we're going to tip straw. I'm gonna back that back down to 100 meters. There we go. So yeah, now I hit lower, it still lowers, and I'm gonna fix this as well, but I want to test. So basically, when you turn this on, hit the lift button, I want to make it so it continues to run, but I've got a suspicion that when I do that, it's gonna still pick stuff up, but we'll figure that out. So let's go ahead, get over here. I think I can pick all this stuff up in one round here. Alright, let's come over here. Well, and that's the thing, this has become my playing. Unfortunately, when I started to mod, I lost all interest in playing the actual game. So yeah, biomass heating. So let's just drop that guy right there. It made the game boring because I knew I could go in and just add stuff. In fact, I don't even remember how old I was. There was a little John Deere game, and I was going in and editing the XML in that game to make tractors drive around faster. It was basically like a farm management game. I was making it so in work, because originally if you work workers too much, they get upset. And so I made it so the more you worked them, the more happy they become. So yeah. Okay, so we dumped out. So yeah, you can see right there the windrowers pull in there. So now this worked the other day. Okay, yep. So it's still functioning. So we fixed that mess. Now I need to go in to the animation section. So let's go foldable. So folding. Pickup. I'm trying to remember how I figured out. So let's turn on fold max limit. Okay, right there, duh. 15. Save. 12. Reload. So now when we lift this guy, yeah. See. Okay, that's fine. I think is it trying to pick up? I don't think it'll pick up because the ground reference node. Yeah, see, it will still function. Yeah, I hear you. So that's the issue I'm gonna have. Some because of one fix, I think it's gonna not let the other fix work. If I add the work area, people will have a fit about this if I don't. Well, no, it's not. Oh, it's weird. It kind of works, but it doesn't. How come? Yeah, it's still working with the. So I'm better off. I got too small of a. I don't think I can change the configuration with the. So I don't know, what's your opinion, Looney? Did it really bother you that it would shut off when it was lifted? I didn't really have anyone complain about it, but I don't know if anyone noticed. I don't know what to turn on fold limit. Ah, no, that wouldn't work. Yeah, some people, I never turn things off at the end, but in theory, most people, oops, did I not reload? Reload. So most people, and I can change, what I'll do is I'm going to switch, you first need on fold tool. So usually when you get to the end, most people would lift it, oops, like so. The problem is I was gonna add it in so it would keep running, but with that little node change I made, it'll still work, so I don't really want it working with that up. So we're gonna have to live with that, so that fix won't happen. Yeah, obviously the most important fix is making sure it functions right. But that's what I was wondering if it would happen, is yeah, it would work. It's doing exactly as it says. And so that's the weird thing is, as you can see, you can still turn on the loading wagon. Most equipment won't work that way. Like, I don't think a harvester will. You can see it's trying to load stuff even when it's full, and then it'll shut back down. So what I need to find, I'm pretty sure in the fold section I can change that description so that way if people are confused, let's back up, documentation, vehicle, F, foldable, oops, oh, I was actually there. So somewhere there is a name. Where's it at? Wall folding. Stable. I know it's in your price working with description. Name is selectable, number of configurations. I'm pretty sure that it's crazy thing is there's probably stuff in here that I can, there it is, unfold object. There it is. Unfold warning. Control C. And it goes under folding, that's why I wasn't finding it, it's folding parts. Folding parts. So in here, paste that in. I wonder if there's a lower, say Control F. Where is backup, data, English. First need to fill to, first need a fold up tool. Unfortunately, it's not going to have a lower. So I'm going to call this lower the tool. And then I need mod description. First need to lower the tool. Okay. See if that's going to work. Depot. German. French. Oh, what the heck. Save that. I think I've got to close the game out for the modded script to take over. Should have saved the game. Save that. Alright, so let's go right off the bat. Let's go vehicles, remove vehicles, continue. Large tractor, grab that guy. Let's scroll down. So we know we fixed that. Let's give us some more capacity so I'm not constantly doing that. Bye. Jump into here. Let's go ahead and save this and not have to mess with that mod message. Let's come into here, throw down the straw. You first need to lower the tool. Cool, that even worked. Rather than being fold, it says lower the tool. Because if I buy stone picker, now this one, no, it'd be the same thing. If I lift it, it'll still want to function. You first need to unfold. Yep, so that did that. Lift loading wagon. Okay, we fixed that. So I wonder how the stone picker, what's the brand of that guy? It's Evo. Evo, Scorpio. Ground reference. See? Only active when lowered. Hey, what's up, farmer guys? See if I can. Oops. Didn't work. Let's see if that works. There must be a farmer gas out there. So only active when lowered. True. So let me try to add that in. Probably gonna cause more issues. Let's go under over here. Where's the work area at? Oh, Mr. LooneyFarmGuy found an issue when this thing is loaded up completely. Unload it. When you come back, it didn't want to turn back on. So I'm going to try putting this in. I don't think it's going to work right, but we're going to try it. What do you mean by animation? Oh, look at that. I didn't see this. So I did have it in all this. That's interesting. So let's what's up, Dead Soul? Not sure about that. I thought that we'll buy one real quick. I thought that it turned. You might be right. Maybe it, you know what? I wonder if it turns off the ground reference. And see, it lowers the body. Yeah, it turns. But let's give this a try. Reload. Oh, I gotta fix that section again. Foldable. 1.5. Save. F12. Reload. Okay, so that works. It's not picking up. Lower it down. And of course I have the million capacity. Let's go straw set. What would that be? 900. Yeah, 99%. Okay, so it's full. Where are we at here? Through that stupid, oh, yeah, it's already restarted the game. Construction. Selling point. Biomass. So something else is cool about these. I didn't know these little sell points. Why are we not unloading? Oop. They seem to devour the. They don't let the effects go lower than them. I was dumping into the stone one, testing it out, and it was stopping the animation. It's kind of interesting. So we'll lower this down. Okay. Well, oddly enough, it's picking up, but the windrower's not working. Interesting. Very interesting. Work area, find next. True. There's no that. One. Control D. O2. Save. Control D. O2. Windrower, ground reference node, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Save. 12, reload. Oh yeah, I gotta fix. I'll fix that. And backward. Two. Save. Well, I appreciate the compliment, but it seems to get me in trouble. Reload. There, we fixed that. Alright, so picking up, we're gonna lift. I gotta fix that again, I keep forgetting. Foldable, find next. On 5. Save. 12. Reload. What's up, KW? How you been? Okay, so that's fixing that. That works. So F12. Straw. Set. 9. Is that right? Yeah. Okay, so that fills us up. Where's our little sell point? Yeah, and that's what's nice. I mean, I appreciate it. You get guys like you do videos like that. It gets the problem that this is the issue I have with the farming simulator stuff is that's the other thing I don't like about this wagon is the back opens up and hits things. So they don't have a real good way of feedback. Like you would think there would be a link where they could, you know, report bugs and stuff like that. I'm really disappointed on that process. I've tried to report bugs and I feel like it doesn't get looked at or I never get a response, so I don't know if it's getting read. Yeah, it's lift, turn it on. So yeah, it's kind of frustrating when it comes to that. So let's see, we'll lower, crossing our fingers. Yeah, see it. The windrower doesn't work. And it doesn't make any sense because it has nothing to do. So I think we're going to have to go back to the original way it was with it shutting off. I thought I had something there, but oh well. So basically, let's get out of here. Right, yeah, that's why it's huge. I thought about putting my Discord link on the mod. I'm like, just putting too much out there for bots and stuff. It's sad that you gotta think that way, but unfortunately it seems to work that way. So I need to go. I don't want to do this. It's gonna be easier to fix this by re-downloading the mod itself. In fact, it's easier just to click on my own mod, open. Let's download, save as, put on the desktop. Let's go ahead and close that guy. And then I'm going to delete that, save, close him. Yeah, it stinks that you gotta think that way, but man, there's just so much. There's people that just like causing problems, unfortunately. You know, I've been doing this since what, 2000? Had to have been like 16 or 17, and I've only had one major issue with one person, and it blew over so fast, and they just like the drama, I think, and I don't know, it was pretty ridiculous. Alright, so we did that, so we just have to go back into ground reference node, change that out of there. Home. Oh, it wasn't you, Billy. No, yeah, it was yeah, something. It wasn't even by me. I was trying to do something right, and they just, I don't know, some people. So add that back in. Where did it go? That's the default one. I need that one. Paste that in. So we need to add that foldable line back in. Find next. Control C. Control V. Hey, what's up, Farmer Mercs? So we're going to go back to mod description. What's up, Green Thumb? And back to this guy. Put him in there. Paste that. Save, go back into the game, F12, reload, lift it, so lower, lift, turn it on, first lower the tool, what, that's not what I want, forgot some stuff, that needs to be No, I'm gonna mess something up doing all this, is what's frustrating. Copy that. Paste that. Add that in. Hit save. F12. Reload. There we go. You first need to lower the tool loading wagon. And you know what? I just need to put you first need to lower the loading wagon. That's getting too... I might be able to... Please lower implement. That might work. I'm gonna try that first. Control C. Go into here. Paste that in. Warning, lower implement first. That would be even better. That way I don't have to screw up translation. So back to here, F12, reload. Please lower implement. There we go. That's even better. Okay, so I can get rid of that line. Less jump to get kicked back. Try to use translations whenever I can. So, windrower, let's grab this guy, copy that, find that, go to folding parts, paste that in. Now see, the stone picker, I could probably actually have it turn off, but I'm just going to make it universal. Less chance of things getting messed up and being confused. Let's see what it calls this thing. F12. Reload. Yeah, please lower implement stone picker first. I like it. Oh yeah, and I was gonna say, oh yeah, I wondered, I haven't seen much of Mr. Seeley lately. I was wondering, that stinks he got hacked. But yeah, someone was talking about this being unrealistic. Now, obviously, going through the loading wagon isn't really that realistic, but I have seen these windrowing stone pickers before. It actually went on the front of a tractor. I thought about trying to design one like it, but okay, so let's go this route. Let's remove vehicles. Yep. Let's go ahead and buy tractor. Let's go ahead and buy the loading wagon. I'm going to do a collision on one first too, so that way. Have you even played with the collision one at all? Hey Charlotte, how you doing? Good to see you. Looney, have you messed with one with collision yet? I can't talk. It's actually kind of cool. The reason I add it is to make it more realistic. You can actually, it's kind of cool how it works. It'll float over stuff. Like so. Well, kind of. But it actually rides the ground better. So I think it's kind of neat. Uh-oh, here comes the dog. Alright, so this is going. Let's see if we can fill it up quick. Yeah, I figured I'd try to jump on. I probably got about another hour before the boss heads home, then I gotta jump off. She'd kill me for saying that. Yeah, well, and it's a pain when you want to go to like a silo. That's the main reason I wanted to add it in, but it does weird things like that too. It kind of bounces around, so the only issue I have with the collision not on, it looks weird when you go across uneven surfaces. I wish you could add wheels so they would only work vertically for collision and not. Oh, I know what else I wanted to do. I want to mess with. I don't have the tractor on here to do it. Yeah, options are nice. When I drive around with the 1,000 horsepower case, it gets a little slippery, and I want to see if I can add traction onto the wheels without completely messing up. Alright, so we're working. So that is fixed as far as I can tell. Let's go. So let's go F12. Let's remove vehicles again. I want to get the big one so I can test some things here. So let's go here. Oops. Let's buy a large tractor. Let's go. Let's get the stone picker. Knowing that, go large capacity. Forage wagon. I wish, so speaking of speed, I wish they would add the ability to add speed limit. That's why Chris on the Colossus, or Colossal, whatever you call it, he has the unrealistic. There needs to be a way to change the speed limit, and I haven't found that, unfortunately. I'm kind of surprised too. I know you've noticed it, but not a whole lot of people say much about this material because I have not seen it anywhere else, as far as I know, on especially on Mod Hub, because I did a video on how to do this. Because the biggest thing, like I said, my biggest complaint was people would have the options up here in 22, all the colors, but then you had to do each one, you know, rather than having a chrome, pink, or whatever. So yeah, I was kind of surprised there wasn't more the way people are about options. Wasn't more of an uproar on that. But I want to change those arm colors so they match. Let's go map selection. Let's add some straw. Let's go 20. Yeah, the worker speed limit will stay at 16 regardless, but you can drive at whatever speed. I wish there was a way to actually make that an option without making a separate XML. So no one said much, but see how on the driver's side, how the smoke, it might be hard to tell on the stream, how it's kind of going straight up. Well, over on this passenger side, see how it's floating back? So I gotta see what's going on there. I don't know if I have something. I have to look at the XML or see if it's in the i3D. But yeah, back here you can see it just like floating back here to the back of the vehicle. Where over here, I noticed this when I was playing myself. So that is in the smoke effect. So if I go smoke, that's unloading. That's a discharge. Alright, see you in a bit. So there's pickup, smoke emitter. It's got to be in the... Well, that's a stone picker. It still should be there though. Think about this here. F smoke. That's the pickup. Rotor. Those are all the same. Let's see why. That might be it there. Rotor 1357. Oh my. I bet you that's the issue though. These are all true. Yeah, but this world space, is that what causes it to float back? Did you see what was going on, Papa Smurf? Good to see you, by the way. So when I'm driving, the passenger side goes straight up. It's not an issue. But on the driver's side, when we get over here, you'll see it start to float back. And I bet you it's that world spacing. So I gotta figure out what the left side is. Rotor 1. Okay. So do I need to switch these to true? Or false? Save. Oop, I don't want to do that. Keep messing with the wrong one. Oh my goodness, these are all stone picker true. Windrow true. think I've got them now. Save. F12. Reload. So that's crazy. I don't know if you caught at the beginning of this, Papa Smurf. What was going on is this thing would load. Looney Tunes either had someone else tell him about it or he found it himself. This would load up when you go back to use it again. You would lower it and it wouldn't function. It had to do with the pickup because I removed the pickup section. I basically had to turn it into like the stone picker where it ignored the ground reference node. It's something about only active when lowered. I put false. Alright, so driver's side. Okay, so it's we want false, which makes more sense. So false. Control C. Control V. Yeah, it's specifically the loading wagon. I removed the pickup section I was showing earlier. Now I don't have it. So basically now I can use middle animation. So instead of like, remember on the old one I would have it so it was folded. So you'd unfold it and then the pickup was on its own. Well, now I actually added it in like this. But the problem is you had to use middle animation and use foldable. But with loading wagons they actually have a pickup function. So what was happening is that pickup, even though it was visually down, it wasn't activating the work area. So yeah, that was weird. It's working now, but it didn't seem to fix that issue. What? False. Oh, it's because I did it in the stone picker again and not in here. I swear. On it. False. Next, 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 next. Save. F12. Reload. And I don't know, maybe I did want it to float back. I just didn't like how one side it was floating back and the other it wasn't. So maybe I should have left it. Let's see what it looks like. I think I like it better this way. You can actually see the smoke. Yeah, it just kind of floats up. The other way it was just like, yeah, I don't know, kind of like it the other way maybe. Kind of floats back. That's the onloading particle. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. I think I'll leave the other stuff, but on these I think I'm gonna switch to true. Those I think I'm good. There's good. Tip effect. Discharge is fine. False and true. Rotor. Rotor. So let's save that. Save that. F12, reload. Yeah, it's probably better. Oop, forgot I have glidable on. Yeah, I agree. I can always turn up the emission too, which I probably won't mess with that. That'll work. So let's check the stone picker out. App selection. Let's go here, set ground. Grass, plowed, yes. Yes. That's kind of funky looking, but whatever. Well, that's weird. Set ground. Set field ground type. Cultivated plowed, that's what I want. Ground layer none, plowed yes. Stones large. Confirm, there we go. That's more like it. This one you can definitely see a little better. Oh, I don't think I ever reloaded this one though. There we go. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so now I just need to fix the coloring issue. Close that. Close that. Design color. So this what's weird is I think sides pick up flat. So why, I wonder. Oh, side color. So we have sides pick up flat. Oh, there it is, the guards. I think I need to add that line in. Sides material, pick up flat, powder yellow arms, guards and pants. So yeah, Control D. It's just the guards though. Painted black arms. Save. F12. Reload. Oh, I gotta go in to buy it. There we go. Now it matches. Yeah, so now it should actually be chrome. So if I go here, Ford wagon, chrome. Because before those weren't changing, they were turning white. It looked kind of goofy like this. So stone picker, chrome. Yeah, it turned. Everything turned chrome except for the guards. Which is weird because okay, so stone picker, design color configurations. Save. Reload. There we go. I think I like that better, because it doesn't really matter if that stuff is plastic or chrome. It looked funny when it wasn't matching though. Yeah, I like that better. So what was on my other? So I have not working after empty, to fix that. Match arm guard with side, fix that. Fix dust. I'm not gonna add capacities. I'm not gonna do the running when it's lifted. So I think we're all fixed. So all I need to do is I want to go in and change this description a little bit. I don't like how I did the description on this. Using the harvesting contracts to gather straw, or mowing contracts to gather grass. Third one down. Save. Let's quit game. So downloadable content. This Ford wagon can be used on a harvesting print. Oh, that's, I didn't update it. So let's close the game. Go stone picker. I need to get rid of all this stuff here. Save. Windrower. Save. Mod to script. 0.1. I can't remember. So fixed. How do I work this? Probably simple enough. Matched. Color on. Arms. Fixed dust effects. Orders. Simple enough. Just had that up. Okay. I don't like how that's worded, matched material. Material and arms now match sides. Okay. There. I don't know what happens if I copy all that stuff. Something tells me it's not right for change log. I think they let that through. Wonder what else. Trying to think of another one that's been updated. This one's been updated, I think. I don't think they have French though. Actually, it just says change log. That'll work. That's done. Where's the warning though? Oh, that's right. I removed that. I don't need that anymore. Okay, save that. Close. Close all that garbage. Close that. I'm going to close everything. Let's bring up our test runner. Yeah, I don't ever get the, yeah, I don't ever get the charging people for stuff. I don't know, whatever. I charge for the unrealistic stuff, I mean, because I figure it at least makes you pay for it, but alright, so according to this thing's good to go. You know, that's worked in the past. Everything's good. Everything passed. So, let's zip it before we test it one final time, because that's what happened to me on the fertilizer building. Alright, close all this garbage. Actually, back up. F2 and update. Control A. Add to archive. Delete. Fire this bad boy up. downloadable content. Okay, this forage wagon can be used on the harvesting contracts to gather straw or mowing contracts to gather gas. Is that good enough explanation, Looney? But I don't want to get too crazy with that because I don't want them to kick it for another unrealistic thing. But I figure if you can, I'll show you another little trick too. Well, I don't have the class. So, do you know how the little cultivators work as plows on the Colossal pack? Well, they also produce stone. Well, I actually even added into the stone picker so it'll pick that stone up. I didn't put it into the description, but change log 1.001. Fixed function loading wagon not working after fill and empty. Material on arms now match sides. Fixed dust effects on rotors. I think that's good enough. So career, cancel, continue, start. Yeah, I didn't want to get too specific on that, but I'll show you. I can use a regular plow, I guess. I could sell. I don't know how that works if I sell the land. But the whole key to it is it'll. And Dogface is the one that actually started that. He has a mowing mod that you can mow land that you don't own, kind of like it used to do back in the old original FS17 and 15 versions. So stone picker, let's grab that guy. Uh-oh. Why are we freezing up? It's not good. Seemed like I had this issue before when I zipped something. Well, it's not liking something. Guess I should open up the log. Not complaining about anything. Cancel, continue, start. It could be because I changed the name. I might need to save it and restart it. So let's go F12, vehicles, remove vehicles, continue. Let's save game. Quit game. I don't think it likes it when there's a mod that still kind of exists. Start. Alright, so let's try this one more time. Forage wagon. Huh. Well, that's very interesting. Something got corrupt. I had this on another mod. I could never. I had ended up playing it. Underwear update. What would be? It's kind of weird. Not a good sign. Bad. I didn't change anything. I should be doing this. This tour. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I don't want to do the tour. How do we get out of the tour? Oh my goodness. What game? Yes. Quick. I'm gonna start this without the mod, save it. Quit. Quit. It's because I have it open. That's the thing, I never mess with mods when they're zipped. And it's funny because their tester wants it unzipped. Start. As bad as it didn't even pull anything up on the log, so okay. Let's try a stone picker first. What in the world? Oh my goodness. Well, this is interesting. I bet I've got a corrupt file, so I'm gonna have to start this stuff over, which I already know what I need to change. Yeah, nothing's coming up as an issue, so I don't know what is causing the problem here. Well, there it is. Well, that's weird. Why is this thing lagging so bad? Oh my goodness. So that's opening fine. I don't know what would be causing issues here. Turn lights. Remember, I had those on. Yeah, it's popping up. There's a little bit of pause there, but there's a little bit of pause on that. That's popping right up. Stone picker definitely takes a little bit of time, so it's, I don't know what's causing the, I'm going to try to zip it again. Let me, delete that. Let me do a new game save. I might have to, oh, I got some stuff going on in my OneDrive. I was originally going to do a new game save, but it was like freezing up. Career. Cancel Hoy. Let's delete. Delete. Empty. No. Continue. start. What the hell? That's weird. Quit game. I'm gonna save. Quit game. Yes. Or if I wonder if something's going on because I'm streaming. It's like bogging. Downloadable content. Uninstall. Yeah. What is going on? I mean, the only thing I changed so it's gonna irritate me. I'm going to forget something, so it's going to irritate me. And the only thing that bothers me is these. I noticed some different things. Painted black arms material. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I don't know if that is causing my issue. Let's try one more thing here. reference node. Backward. I thought I had gotten rid of that, so that shouldn't be an issue. So delete that. Try it one more time. That's weird. See, I wonder if it has to do with that buffer. I thought that was only console stuff. There's nothing in the log though. I went to the log. We'll open it again. There's nothing showing up. It's just weird. It's just loading really slow. And it's as soon as I zip it. If it's not zipped, it's fine. I don't know if I have a shader issue going on. And I loaded the one from ModHub and there's nothing, and all I did was change things in the XML, so I don't know why it's... This is weird. Yeah, because I'll bring up the log. That won't let me... And it's not... There's nothing... Yeah, I don't know what in the world, because it loads. Like everything's functioning inside. I don't... It's a stone picker. Forage wagon. See, now it's loading fine. So let me save. I wonder if there's just a save game. Quit game. Quit. Yeah, I mean, you can see there's nothing goofy there. I don't... Man. Yeah, there's nothing going on there, so I'm trying to remember. It seemed like there's something you can delete the shaders in the game itself. But I can't remember where it's at. Probably in your save games, isn't it? Documents, my games. Yeah, I don't know what all that's all about. There's gem cache. Let's see what that does. Probably need to start a new game save. I had so many. Of course, it didn't even seem to matter on a new game save. I'm probably gonna have to jump off here shortly too. Start. And it could be that so they have all that stuff you're not supposed to add in when you submit it, and I don't know if that's what's going on. There it goes. Yeah, it was my shaders. Wow, that was scaring me. Whew. Something was going on in my forage. Much better. Okay, now we're talking. On a collision capacity standard. Large tractor. Okay. Wow. That was a little nerve-wracking there for a second. The only thing I wanted to do is fix the wheels, but I'm afraid to touch anything anymore. Here, I think that's the distance. If I go length, let's go 80, 25. Construction, production, selling points, biomass. So it's funny is I've had people ask me back in 17 I had a loading wagon with a pipe that unloaded. And I did actually see in vehicle types they have an overloading forage wagon. I gotta see what that actually is. I have not seen it anywhere, but found it very interesting. It's kind of weird. They wouldn't let me do it. They said it was unrealistic, of course. Okay, we are functioning. Our dust is coming out the sides. Yeah, well, no, it wasn't a auger wagon. It was like a forage harvester with a pipe that blew. I say pipe, but it was. Yeah, I know Charlotte was asking for it. Everyone loved that thing. I basically up on the front here. I don't have a way to like bring up my mouse, but up on the front right there, I had a little thing, and it would. Blow the material from this wagon into another tipper. That way you could keep going if you had someone playing with you. It's kind of cool. Alright, so let's go back to vehicles, large tractors. And let's go stone picker. No. Let's go chrome. I guess I already had one bought. So I'm going to show you what I was talking about here too if I don't run out of time. This is kind of weird. F12. Let's go to, let's set ground. Plowed. Yes, yes. Large. Confirm. Confirm close. Lower this guy. Thunderstorming out. So that's functioning, but check this out. This is kind of crazy. I didn't. Let's go to construction. So I want to confirm this. Debris crusher. It's over there. It's going to be screwed up. Debris crusher. So check this. This is kind of crazy. I didn't know this was even possible. I need to look, see how they're doing this. But when you dump into this little guy, you'll see how the stones like disappear. See how they're stopping? Or if you come over here, this plowed ground is yeah, well, it's still but yeah, it's going down further. It's just weird how I didn't know how the little tipping areas would stop it, the effects, but anyway, this seems to be working. Yeah, but I didn't think trigger heights had anything to do with. Either way, it don't matter. But yeah, let me see if I can. Let's go F12. Let's go NPC. So, in theory, right now, I don't think I own this land. Let me see if I can grab something else. So let's go here, stone picker, stone picker. I'll show you what I'm talking about, because on the Colossal pack, the little disc harrow that you can buy will produce stone even though it's cultivating. I'm pretty sure that this is going to tell me. Yeah, that's still telling me. Oh. Yeah, you don't have access to this land. But as you can see with this guy, it doesn't care. So basically, if you have a cultivating contract and you use the Colossal pack, it makes stone. You can go pick that stone up as well. So it's a way to make stone for the fertilizer building. Just kind of a cool little fact. Alright, well, I'm going to get a call here soon anyway. I'm sure it looks like this thing's functioning. So I am going to send the update. Hopefully I can get that done before I have to jump off. I think I tested. Yeah, this is full. Yeah, we already tested that I could dump off and then start back up again. So the dust is working fine. That was just a little scary. It wasn't wanting to load, but it just must have been a shader issue on my PC for some reason. Which makes sense. When you start putting so many versions of things on a game save. So I've got another building I'm submitting Looney. It's it'll make silage, diesel, silage additive, and liquid fertilizer. It's in testing right now. And then I have it set that as a dependency you have to download my liquid pack, because then you can overload with a little tank, while even the big tanks as well. So yeah, this seems to be working. I think we fixed the dust, which it's not going to show up until it's actually functioning. So ground, cloud, confirm. Oh, F12. So ground. I don't know why the stones. Confirm. It won't start making dust till you start picking stone. So now the dust is the same on both sides at least. I don't know why that kind of stuff drives me nuts. Cool. Alright guys, yep, we'll jump off. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully this update will come out. The update for the fertilizer line building is showing pending release, so hopefully they get that out. And this guy will probably be at least 2 weeks, I'm sure, because I made a few extra changes. But yeah, we'll catch you guys later. Thanks for hanging out. Good to see you again, Charlotte. Take it easy, guys.